Looking back in high desert sports history,
Oak Hills advances to the CIF semifinals for the first time in school history. Hawks record-breaking quarterback Levi Taylor picking apart the Antelope Valley secondary in Silverado's semifinals victory.
Apple Valley scores early, often, and practically every way possible in routing 29 Palms in first-round CIF playoff action. This second quarter goal line stand proves to be the turning point in Serrano's come-from-behind victory over Canyon in the first round of the CIF playoffs.
Nolan Bramer throws 3 scoring passes in the first half. DeShante Fletcher scores 4 touchdowns. Oak Hills advances to the CIF semifinals for the first time in school history, defeating Silverado 47-24. It is a CIF quarterfinals matchup between league champions, Bulldogs Mojave River League, Hawks Desert Sky League. Silverado gets a pair of rushing touchdowns from quarterback Sam Taylor and a 52-yard touchdown from Quincell Neal Riles. Nolan Bramer has time and pitches a strike to Gino Mastandrea down the near sidelines and into the end zone. 31-yard scoring play. DeShante Fletcher cuts back and between a pair of defenders and dives to pay dirt for the second Bulldogs score. 32 seconds into quarter number 2, 13-3 Oak Hills. Nolan Bramer goes right back to Jeremiah Lorick on the post pattern, 49 yards. Lorick hauls in 6 passes in the first half for 122 yards. 2 of those yards come 2 plays later on this slant pattern. The strike good for touchdown number 3. Oak Hills leads 20-3. Sam Taylor keeps off the fake, avoids a diving defender at the 10, and carries into the end zone untouched. The scoring play from 25 yards out. Silverado was right back in it, 20-10. Watch DeShante Fletcher actually backpedal to evade one defender, then break a tackle and maintain his balance. Once it's a foot race, nobody catches DeShante Fletcher. 67 yards on the touchdown. Fletcher carries 15 times this night for 125 yards. This, in essence, the winning touchdown. With time winding down before halftime, Nolan Bramer drops this 3rd and 10 pass off to Faison Knight, and once again the speed of the Bulldogs makes the difference. Knight goes all the way on the 46-yard scoring play. That makes it 34-10 Oak Hills at the intermission. From their 48, Quincell Neal Riles starts outside, cuts back, sidesteps a defender, and outruns the Bulldogs secondary. A 52-yard touchdown, making it 34-17. Neal Riles carries for 94 yards in his Hawks finale. Sam Taylor off the fake, 16 yards and the touchdown. 14 third quarter points for the Hawks. It's 34-24. Gino Mastandrea gets the call. Mastandrea starts up the middle, cuts to his left, shifts gears, and carries all the way down to the 5. DeShante Fletcher takes it in from here. Tyler Purvis, 77, handles his man. 54, Jonathan Aguiar does his job. Fletcher's 3rd touchdown of the night moves Oak Hills back up by 17, 41-24. DeShante Fletcher adds the exclamation point on the 5-yard scoring run. The Oak Hills Bulldogs are headed to the CIF semifinals. The final score, 47-24.
It was secondary, not elementary. A tale of 2 quarterbacks. The Silverado secondary forcing one coverage sack after another on Antelope Valley's quarterback, and Hawks record-breaking quarterback Levi Taylor picking apart the Lopes secondary in Silverado's 52-13 semifinals blowout victory. The Hamilton Hall and Fox firm defended brilliantly. Linebacker Mitch Hamilton and company sacked the Lopes quarterback time and time again, usually after he scrambled, because the Hawks secondary, Troy Hall and company, covered Lope's receivers so tightly. Levi Taylor throws 7 touchdown passes, 3 to Trevin Clark from long distance. The junior quarterback threw for a school single-game record 464 yards. The Hawks led 32-7 at halftime. Silverado has scored 60, 46, now 52 points in their postseason triumphs. The victory, Silverado's 11th in a row, sending Coach Rafael Genorio's Hawks into the CIF finals, the first trip to the championship game in school history.
Apple Valley scores early, often, and practically every way possible in routing 29 Palms 75-0 in first-round CIF playoff action. Xander Witt runs the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Donovan Ferguson scores from 41 yards out on the Sun Devils' first play from scrimmage. Jeff Widener hits Keshawn Griffin with an 11-yard scoring pass to cap Apple Valley's second possession. Linebacker Jesse Griggs picks off a Wildcats screen pass and runs it in for a touchdown. All the while, the Apple Valley defense is holding the Wildcats scoreless. Jeff Widener connects again with Xander Witt on what becomes a 52-yard scoring play. 3 TDs on the night for Xander Witt. For Jeff Widener, 14 of 17 for 241 yards and 5 touchdowns. Another touchdown by the defense. Jeremy Justice strips the ball. Defensive end Angelo Tuzzolino scoops it up and scores from 20 yards out. All of this scoring in the Sun Devils' 54 points first half outburst. This second quarter goal line stand proves to be the turning point in Serrano's come-from-behind victory over Canyon in the first round of the CIF playoffs. The Diamondbacks were error-prone and penalty-prone at the outset. Canyon picks up the fumble on Serrano's opening possession, forcing Coach Casey Mahalchek's defense to do some heavy lifting early on. The Cowboys have it inside the 10. Earl Hodson's pass rush forces the Cowboys quarterback to throw under duress on this 3rd and goal from the 5. The visitors miss on this short-range field goal attempt on 4th down. The Diamondbacks have dodged a Cowboys bullet. Xavier Jeter cuts back against the grain and carries 26 yards to the end zone. The extra point kick misfires, and Serrano still trails 7-6. The Diamondbacks appear to get it right back on Nathan Sandoval's interception, but a defensive holding penalty negates what would have been the 6-foot, 165-pound junior's 5th interception of the year. And this brings us to the turning point, goal line stand, mentioned at the start of this report. 2 major penalties against Serrano had given Canyon 1st and goal at the 10 before a Cowboys major penalty backs them back to the 25. This quarterback scramble has Canyon 2nd and goal at the 9. Watch Earl Hodson, 4, stand his ground and bring down the ball carrier, bringing up 3rd and goal at the 6.
3rd and goal at the 6.
Earl Hodson again and Leighton Steinman, 9. The tackle for a loss forces Canyon to settle for a field goal attempt. Leighton Steinman, 6-foot, 175-pound junior. The field goal try goes awry. Canyon's 2nd missed field goal from short range. The goal line stand denies the Cowboys the scoring opportunity, and the Griner scoreboard shows the score remaining 7-6. Canyon at the 7:49 mark in the second quarter. Parker Chafee and company go right to work, feeding off the momentum of the goal line stand 33 yards through the air and into Cowboys territory. Key 3rd and 4. Xavier Jeter breaks a tackle, keeps his balance, extra effort, and a first down for the 6'3", 190-pound junior. Next play, Parker Chafee brings it this way. Matt Lowe hauls it in and scores. The play covering 31 yards. Diamondbacks lead 14-7 at the intermission. The only scoring in the third quarter comes on the Carlos Garcia field goal. John Smolinski let us know It's good. 17-7 Serrano with 2:20 on the third quarter clock. An exchange of punts brings us to fourth quarter action, and Serrano calling on their running back, workhorse, Hills-Sullivan, to work time off the clock. The 5'8", 175-pound senior enters the playoffs with 1,162 yards rushing, while Hills-Sullivan carries to the 35 before the Diamondbacks turn it over on downs. Kenyon drives to midfield and goes for the home run, but Leighton Steinman hauls it in, and the Diamondbacks have it back. By now, the D-backs O-line has worn down the front line of Cowboys defenders, while Hills-Sullivan gets outside across midfield and down the far sideline, first down to the 35. From the 5, Cade Bogine plows his way through the Cowboys through to the end zone. The Diamondbacks have put the game away, their 11th straight win without a loss. The final 23-7. Round 2 of the CIF Division 7 playoffs take them to Burbank. This date in high desert sports history brought to you by Silverwood, the developers of the Silverwood Master Planned Community. Support the teams, athletes, and sports programs of all our high desert and Mojave River Valley schools.